they've been tainted by commercial power during the charge.
Oh, those commercial electrons, they're terrible.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. One bad apple, man.
Yeah.
The whole
But
bunch.
at any rate, no, and or if you had a separate battery, I actually have a separate battery, different from the ones I'm going to be using for solar. It's going to be charged on commercial power, and then I will go till it runs down and then switch it to solar. But for my 5 contacts, I will go over to the batteries, the other set of batteries that was purely charged on solar. And I'll make my 5 contacts. Bingo. I now have my 100-point alternate power credit. And then then go back to batteries, whatever the charging source, as long as they're not currently during the field day operating power being charged off from a charger that's being driven by Edison. Then it's just people who run off a generator or batteries charged from a portable generator can't use that portable gasoline generator like many of us have. You can't use that for the 5 alternate power bonus, the 5 contact alternate power bonus. You have to have a battery or some source that is truly an alternate power, wind, solar, water, steam, anything but something that killed dinosaurs. No dinosaur juice allowed for the alternate power.
So, like, if you had a personal nuclear reactor, would that count?
Yeah, that's an alternate power.
Yeah.
No dinosaurs were killed for that.
Right.
You got your own Mr. Fusion there, do you, Rich?
I can always dream of unlimited power.
Peanut banana peels and beer cans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to joke about the wood pellet fired boiler that runs a steam engine that runs a generator. That would be alternate power.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me know if there's anything you want me to pull up and share on screen. I can.
Okay.
But are you going to put up the field day entry form?
Yeah.
I did.
Go back to
Where?
that for a moment.
Okay.
You weren't watching, Ray.
Oh, okay. I was probably looking at the rules.
Yeah, me too. I've got a second screen. Okay, folks, use your own call sign. Unless you're doing something that qualifies you for go to station, do not use go to station call. You
have to be a group, a 3A or more. Well, yeah.
No,
you have
1A
to be
or more.
A class. You
A
have
class.
to be an A class. You could be a 1A.
Yeah.
You have to be A class to get the free GOTA and the free extra VHF.
And for pretty much everyone here, location is ORG, right? One,
ORG.
whatever, ORG.
.org.
Section.
This one?
Yeah, orange.
Okay.
Or which one?
The location.
Class, number of participants, number of transmitters, club or group name. Now, line 2, that's
Is
where
the
we
important
want
one.
everyone to write in South
That's
Orange Amateur Radio ASOS, period. ASSOC, period.
Yep.
Use your own call in line 1, just as Heiko said. And unless you're going to run as a Class A station, no GOTA. And
if you're not doing Class A, then if you're going to do VHF and UHF, make sure you're not doing it at the same time as you're doing HF.
right,
And on that group name, you don't want to spell out association. It has to be
ASSOC, period.
Period.
Yeah, it's easy.
SSC.
And the reason we say that, that's our official title with the ARRL affiliated clubs.
Mhm.
And everybody has to write it the exact same way, they say.
Our fear is they won't pick it up if we don't. You know.
So here are your choices below there. Number of participants, 1, 2, 3, or 30, doesn't matter. But entry class.
Heiko, go back a bit. I thought location would be ORG.
It's orange.
It
Where
is
do I-
orange. It's not ORG.
Are we on location? We're
Orange.
at line 3 now.
Yeah,
Where's
I
location?
missed
It's
I missed
orange.
location. It's orange.
It's-
Okay.
It's orange. Also, ORG is the abbreviation. I think they will both work. But when you tell them it's orange, like the fruit, as Richard said, then you
Okay.
have a chance of getting it across.
You're talking about line 7 now, right? We've jumped to 7. That would
No.
be, yes, line 7. That's where ORG goes. Line 7.
I'm not seeing this as lines, but I'm on the internet, so.
Okay.
Well, I have the paper form in front of me that you get when you download the rules
Okay.
Okay.
and the info packet.
Okay. Here it says, Ray,
Does-
call used, go to station call, and location in sequence.
Okay. Okay.
Line 2 is ASOC.
Yeah.
Line 3 is number of participants
Right.
and
Correct.
number of transmitters.
Correct. Number 4.
Line 4 is your whatever you're using. My suggestion is, unless you have a good way to do something else, you're either a home station or a mobile station. If you can do emergency power, then you're Echo. None of us are going to be EOCs or Alpha or Bravo, unless
be
we're
a
doing
Bravo.
something different. Pardon?
I'm Bravo. What do you mean?
Oh, okay.
Bravo
You-
is portable. I'm a 1 Bravo.
Okay, so if I'm portable in my backyard, am I a home station or am I a Class
Nope.
B?
If you're in your backyard, you got your radio. Okay, your home station is, I don't know. I have a shack. It's in
Right.
built into my den, with a console and all that good stuff. Okay, here, I don't know if you guys can
Okay.
see. It's a little
So-
trashy, but
Okay.
there's my
So Ray,
home. That's a home station.
okay,
Here, show them again, Ray, because you can't see both.
but
the
Ray,
screen.
a Class B is 1 or 2 person portable or 1 or 2 person portable battery, not a home station.
Yeah, right. So a home station in your shack would be a Class D, you're plugged in, and a Class E if you're running a generator.
Is everybody hearing me? I just,
Yes.
Yeah.
some
Okay.
reason my computer rebooted. I'm having
Okay.
flaky internet these days.
Ray,
Yeah.
when you look under the rules for Class B, it's
Yes.
either 1 or 2 person portable or
Right.
1 or 2 person portable with battery. Are
And
you
battery-
operating portable?
Right, but battery is you can only use 5 watts.
Ray, are you operating portable or are you operating from home?
I am operating portable, 1 or 2
Okay.
person portable in my
Okay.
backyard. That is
Mhm.
portable.
Okay, and operated by no more than 2 people.
Right. It's a
Okay.
Class B.
Yeah.
Me, myself, and I, all 3 of
Mhm.
us.
Yep.
Oh, so I might be a Class B instead of a Class E.
What class did you think you were? E-Echo?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because my
Well, if you're in your shack where you operate day to day to day, I look at it. There's been an earthquake, and the house is structurally unsound, and you got to go outside to make contacts.
right.
So that would be a Class B.
I don't have a shack per se. All of my equipment is set up to be portable,
Okay.
but I won't be like away from home. I'll be in my backyard with my
Yeah,
self-contained
exactly. So will I.
portable stuff.
That's Class B.
Okay.
See, the thing about a Class D station, home station, you're probably using a permanently installed antenna, one that's been up there for a while, and you operate on it in a regular basis, that kind of thing. With the
Yeah.
Class B, your antenna is put up basically, especially for field day, whatever kind of antenna it is, vertical, dipole, whatever, and you're operating other than in your regular shack or regular place of operation.
Okay.
And you've gone outside in my case, and you can even, I suppose if you normally operate from your den and you want to operate from the kitchen table now with the other provisions, temporary antenna, all that, you're still portable,
Okay.
even if you want to stay out of the weather.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say, folks, is what you do is you look at last year's rules and last year's results and see what it takes to get an award in any of the different categories. The toughest category is Alpha. The second toughest category is Bravo. Everything else is downhill from there. So if you want to do well within your area, don't choose A or B.
I would have to disagree with that, Heiko. I think
Well,
a whole
look at
lot of
last year's
people
results.
a whole lot of people operate D and E.
Yeah, but they're not. Most of the folks who operate at D&E are not contesters. They're there casually.
Well, aren't we? That's
No.
unfair.
You may be. I'm not.
I'm still going to do B.
Heiko's already got the adrenaline going. I can
I
tell.
can tell.
You can tell.
Yeah.
No, seriously, it depends on what you want to do. It doesn't matter which category you choose, as long as you fit in the category and you're comfortable with the category, you're good. Ray wants to do B. Heck yeah, let him do B. I'm either going to do D or E, depending on my situation. I've got one of the biggest, humongous batteries sitting out there, about 120 amp hour critter that's being powered by solar panels. So I can run solar all weekend and be on alternate power, emergency power, and all that wonderful stuff without worrying too much. But it depends on you guys. How do you want to do it? Max wants to do 1 echo. Heck, for her at home, that's a good thing.
Yeah. And you'll find a lot of other 1E, 1D and 1E stations.
Oh, yeah. So other question. Oh, one suggestion. SOARA has an 8 o'clock, under normal conditions, we have an 8 o'clock 40 meter net. We have a 9 o'clock 10 meter net. If you haven't found everybody in the club who you're likely to want to get points from, that's a good time to check in on those two frequencies or bands.
Okay, also, one thing I want to call to people's attention. On your logging of your contacts, you're going to need a section number. And they make a section in the info packet. I don't think it's in the rules packets, in the info packet, which includes rules, the rules packet. There's the ARRL/RAC, Radio Amateur Canada, section abbreviation list. And then by zone, by call zone. So one is Connecticut, EMA, CT, EMA is Eastern Mass, ME is Maine, NH is and New Hampshire. And in the smaller states, it typically is the common state abbreviation. However, then you get into Texas, you get NTX, STX, WTX. And that's not too complicated. North, South, and West Texas. Get into our region, you have SDG, SF, SJV, SV, and PAC, and they don't list ORG for some reason. Well, that's the San Diego section, that's why. So anyway, you'll see some states, and California has a lot of, you have East Bay, EB, you'll hear a lot of LAX, that's LA, Orange, ORG, that's us, of course, SB, Santa Barbara, an interesting one, STV, Santa Clara Valley, and SDG, San Diego, SF, San Francisco, San Joaquin Valley, SJV, SV, Sacramento Valley, and Pacific Area, PAC. And I can't honestly tell you what all cities or towns are in PAC, but
Alaska and Hawaii.
Oh, okay. Okay, there are 6 calls. So yeah. Well,
No,
yeah.
Hawaii is a 6 call.
Alaska is a 7 call. Hawaii is a 6 call. And Alaska's abbreviation under the 7 call zone is AK, the standard state abbreviation.
Hawaii and anything else in the west of us that has a 6 call, American 6 call, is Pacific.
Right. Going to be PAC. Okay.
Yeah.
EWA, Eastern Washington, that's a little, and WWA, Western Washington. So the state of Washington is split in half. Oregon, Utah, Nevada, they all use the standard state abbreviation. Wyoming, WY, Montana, Idaho, Arizona, they're all the standard state 2-letter abbreviation. as in the 8 call, Michigan, Ohio, and West Virginia standard state abbreviation. Where you get into some that are hard to figure out sometimes is maritime, MAR, Canada, Canada, and Newfoundland Labrador is NL, QC Quebec, Ontario East is 1, ONE.
What's MB?
So, yeah. Now, what you can do is you can log them down, and you don't have to know right now where they are. Just if they give you the word, in other words, the guy says he's a 1 Bravo Quebec, then you got to figure out he's a QC. Now, possibly the logging software will be up to date enough; it will figure it out for you, but not necessarily.
Quebec is QC. Guys,
Yeah.
being a Canadian, Alberta, British Columbia, Ontario is split up. Ontario North, South, and what's the other one? East.
Northeast and South, yep.
Yeah, so watch out for that. Then we have the Maritime Provinces. We have the NL, which is Newfoundland, Labrador. Saskatchewan's easy. Quebec's easy. PE is Prince Edward Island.
Yeah, where's the I?
PEI.
Whenever you talk about Edward Island, you always say PEI, right? In the Northeast.
But the ones that are confusing me right now are GTA, MAR, and MB. And I have to look them up.
MB's got to be Manitoba.
Yeah,
That's
MB is Manitoba.
Right.
But
Yeah,
GTA is Greater Toronto.
Yeah.
Greater Toronto. But when you're a Canadian, like I am, we're as close to more of Canada than we are of the U.S. when you're up in Maine. You always call it PEI, not PE, because it's a frequent vacation destination. PEI. Prince Edward Island. Anyway, it's PE. So those are things to get that list and familiar yourself with. And it's the one in the info pack is the latest. It's for use Field Day 2020. It's on the bottom. Now this brings up one of the reasons when I give my section to someone else to help them not be confused.
Yeah.
I'll go, 1 Bravo Orange, Oscar Romeo Golf.
Yeah.
And hopefully they will do the same, but not all of them will. A lot of them will just say this state, Arizona. So. But when I'm returning with, getting exchange, I try to, like I said, give them, and welcome John. I saw him jump in here. So let's see, Sioux Falls. That must be SD.
South Dakota, yep.
Yeah, we're talking about, John, is the ARRL section abbreviations for logging for Field Day.
It's Dakota section. So it's I believe it's DAK.
Okay, what's the call area?
0.
Zero.
Okay, gotcha. SD, South Dakota. North Dakota's ND. So they use the state abbreviation. Find a whole lot of the smaller states where they're, don't have to break them up into big sections. Use the standard state abbreviation. As do the Canadian provinces, with a couple of exceptions. Like the Ontario province. Is Ontario, I don't know, Canadian, it must be highly populated. It's not a huge province compared to Saskatchewan or some of the others, is it? Heiko?
Ray, Ontario has more people in it than any other provinces. It has the second biggest city in the country.
Yeah, and that's why it's divided up into 3 sections as opposed to Alberta or Saskatchewan or British Columbia.
Anything west of Ontario is lightly held. Anything east of Ontario is too small.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Okay.
And don't forget, there's one. You missed the one below that, Eric. One further down. Yeah.
GTA, Greater Toronto.
Greater Toronto area.
Yeah,
And GTA.
Ontario's got
That's where I
Toronto,
used to
Ottawa,
live.
Montreal, Quebec City.
GTA, yeah. And Steve, are you there? Who's S?
That might be me.
There's a lot of
Probably.
hits, I think, on your signal for some reason. Yep, gone. You got a pretty
Yeah,
run.
I'm keeping the mic muted, so unless I need to speak, you won't
Okay.
Yeah.
hear the rumble caused
Right.
from the fan buffeting.
Aha. Okay. No problem. You lit up when I heard the rushing noise, so I figured it had to be you.
I don't know whether you would call this cheating or not, but after field day, you're going through your log and you say VE3 Mike Bravo Alpha. Where in the heck was he? Well, I know where he was. He was in Ontario somewhere. But if you don't look him up on the call sign base, you have no idea which part of 4 different parts of Ontario he was in. And I don't know whether it's cheating or not to look it up just to identify him. For example, if he's at 1 Delta station and he's in Ontario, guess what? His home QTH is probably where he is.
Well, exactly. And yeah, exactly. And I don't think that's a problem at all. If you can't copy it or get it written down, but you have it all, you have the call for sure. And he said the location, but you just couldn't understand him.
If he said Richmond Hill, it's Greater Ontario.
Right. Yeah.
It's Greater Toronto.
That's another thing too. 2 things. You'll get people who are not
In the contest.
Contesting. They're not, but they will contact you and you can log them 4 points. They count as a contact for you, but they may not have a clue of what their section is. So if they don't, you go, what's my section? Ask what city they're in.
Okay.
So then you can sort of. Yeah. The other thing is, if they are not in the U.S. or Canada, they're in Mexico or Latin America, South America,
they're DX.
Europe or Japan, Asia, they're DX. Their section is DX.
Okay. So for those of you who are planning on doing any VHF and UHF, what's almost as important as your section for most of the folks out there is your Delta Mike number. In our case, for the most of us, definitely the exception of Max, it's Delta Mike 13, Southern Orange County. So you manage to get up on 2 meters or 6 meters, and you're talking to somebody in Oregon, and they say, I am Delta Mike 97. Actually, that's Washington. So you come back, I'm Delta Mike 113, and that helps them for many other things other than just field day. So remember that you're a Delta Mike 13 if you're doing VHF and UHF and somebody asks.
I got a question about logging. Do contesters, when you turn in your logs, do they have to be cross-checked and confirmed with other people's logs that you say you contacted?
The ARRO does that on a spot basis.
Spot check.
They don't check 100% of the logs 100% of the time, I don't believe. I would guess that if you submit them electronically, it's a little easier for them to cross-check. But yeah, it's pretty much the honor system that they do somewhat cross-check. And I think they make allowances for small errors.
Yeah, I'm just wondering about if you're logging people that aren't participating in field day.
You can log them, Dale. That's fine. The thing about that is you do not have to submit your log. What you have to submit are your point scores and all the relevant information, like how you were using emergency power, how you were doing this, how are you doing that. You can submit your log here to be claimed. I'm looking at the web submission.
The entry form just has summary information, I think.
Yeah, it says a summary. An official summary sheet, which is completed at fieldday.org, supporting information uploaded via web, pardon my German, attached list of stations worked by hand during field day period, blah, 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 can be submitted. Doesn't have to be.
Okay.
Okay? So the best thing you can do is submit your log with all the supporting information. I'm running a 1B. This is my battery. This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm doing. I'm running a 1 echo. This is what I'm doing. And you submit that. And if you give them your whole field day log, they'll smile and ignore it. But that's okay.
I think the NJP software does include a log
Yeah.
in your entry.
Hey, Don, can you open your mic up?
Yes, I can.
Bravo. Yeah, thank you. Hey, I had a phone call from an acquaintance of yours down in San Clemente looking to set up mesh stuff. I told him to talk to you.
Well, that's good. Well, did you give him my phone number or does he?
No, he knows you.
Okay, well, have him talk to me.
Maybe Joe.
He's one of our members, Kreitlinger.
Maybe Joe.
Okay, always willing to talk to somebody about mesh.
I know that. He wants to set something up in San Clemente.
You're not talking about Dana Point, are you? Because I just talked to a guy today on Dana Point, and I sold him another radio and an antenna.
I don't know his call sign. His name is William or Bill Kreitlinger. Good Irish name. And he lives down in San Clemente.
SLF is his.
Okay.
Yeah, he was at my house today.
Okay, good. We want to keep some continuity here for what we're doing.
Okay.
Hey, John, N6 Victor Echo Golf. How's the weather? Warm and humid?
Warm, yes. It's been raining every day for the last couple of days. This afternoon had a nice cool breeze, which is kind of nice.
Oh, that's nice, yeah. No, talk to my sister in Northern California and a friend in Southern Oregon. It is hot and humid up there, so you're not alone.
Well, yeah, the humidity is one of the challenges out here. I always thought California was humid. I didn't realize how bad it is in the Midwest.
Sorry, pardon my joking. I grew up in Southern Ontario, and that's just as humid there, just not as hot.
Well, I went to school in Buffalo, so I know the area.
Yeah.
I like Toronto. We went up there for our honeymoon.
Hey, you can even pronounce it correctly.
Toronto.
No, there is no second T in Toronto. It's Toronto.
Toronto. Oh, okay. I'm just going by the Canadian, now American news anchors.
Yeah, well,
half of our news anchors come from Canada.
They speak highfalutin English, right?
Here we go, Toronto.
Yeah, no, the natives don't call it that.
Okay, it's like
that's how you find out who came from there and who didn't.
Well, that's like Prescott, Arizona. It's not Prescott, it's Prescott.
Prescott. Yeah.
And if anybody's from Maryland, when I went to school, University of Maryland, I quickly learned that it's not Baltimore, it's Balmer.
Yep. That's from the English background. Okay, does anyone else have any questions out here?
Michael, I don't have any questions, but I just got a public safety alert from the city of Santa Ana. They have a citywide curfew that's in effect from 10 p.m. tonight. Something going on in Santa Ana tonight?
Well, I tell you what, stay far away. Yeah, no, I don't know what it is or how, but...
Do you have any statues?
Yeah, the issue is that the police union is not happy with what city council is doing. That's the big problem.
Okay. Yeah.
So I would not go anywhere near Santa Ana anytime soon.
Yeah, I only usually go by it on the 5 when I'm going up to HRO.
George, wave. Don't get off the freeway. Wave.
Yeah.
No, when I first started working, I was a union member for 3 years. And the union was good and the union did us well. But having seen what the police and fire unions have done for the rest of us, I'm not a big fan anymore. Sorry, Ray.
Watch that stuff, Heiko.
Hey, so why does OC Fire not like Placentia, Ray?
Because they bailed.
Right. And what happens when Irvine bails?
Don't let the door hit him in the butt.
Irvine will bail because sooner or later they're going to figure out they're paying more than they're getting.
Well, that depends on...
Anyway, So, yeah,
Are we,
George, Santa Ana, I have no knowledge. We should do is send Steve up to Santa Ana. Stevie, would you like to go up there?
I would just look at the CAD web page or maybe Pulse Point and see if anything shows up.
Yeah. If
Nothing
you
on Pulse Point, but
if they're running around loose with AR-15s, don't go there.
Yeah, but I got an AR-16.
So
Doesn't matter.
I have
Okay.
I have a 100-year-old Mauser bolt action. Every bit as
Perfect.
good and a lot better range.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
digressing.
are we pretty much done with field day? Because we kind of like went off on a side tangent.
Yeah, no, we're
4-5
done.
here.
I
Would
haven't
you
heard
like to
any
go
relevant
down
questions.
well,
section
anybody,
6?
let's make sure nobody else has any questions before we say we're done.
Okay,
Can you
well,
just
I asked.
briefly, can you go, if you can see the page I got up here under miscellaneous rules, maybe just briefly blaze through those and just kind of give a summary of what that is? Can you see what I got up there?
Yep.
Yeah, but it's too small for me to read.
Okay, may I, Ray?
Yes.
Stations in ARRL, RAC station sections will exchange their field day operating class and ARRL, RAC being Canada.
Let's talk more about the below that miscellaneous.
Okay, miscellaneous. A person may not contact for QSO credit any station from which they worked. This has been a problem in the past. A6ACJ ran VHF and UHF, and then he called us on on VHF from his house. That is a no-no. We won't have that problem here because we don't have a base SOARA station. So that's you can operate from your house and come to my house, but you can't operate your house from my house once you've done that. Transmitter, receiver, transceiver used to contact one or more field day stations may not be used under any other call signs to participate. In other words, once your station has your call sign, it's limited to that call sign. Now, family stations are exempt, so if Patty and I decide we want to do it together, we can do that. She's a family member. Field day contacts are allowed by using phone, CW, digital, non-CW modes. Stations can be worked once per band per mode. So you can talk to me, you can Morse code me, and you can digi me. All on the same band and get credit. All voice contacts are equal. All non-CW digital contacts are equal. Crossband contacts are not permitted. Satellite QSOs, crossband, blah, blah, blah. Question, anybody? In other words, if you come in on one band and somebody comes in on another, ain't no go. The use of more than one transmitter at the same time on a single band mode is prohibited. And we've done this for many years. In other words, if Joe over there is on 20 phone, Sam can't be on 20 phone. He might be on 20 CW, but they can't be on the same mode. No repeater contacts. Now they're saying there are exemptions for digipeaters if you're calling your section manager. Wonderful, that's a very small aspect of it. I won't mess with it. Batteries may be charged while in use. Except for Class D stations, the batteries must be charged from a power source other than commercial power. Okay, that means anybody other than a class station can use a generator, in my opinion. If you're, because the Class D is commercial, it doesn't need a generator, but anything other than D, which is A through F, can use a generator, alive and well. To claim the power multiplier of 5, the batteries must be charged from something other than a motor-driven generator. So if you want that multiplier, you better get your solar panel or wind machine or whatever out to give your battery enough power to make those 5 contacts.
Well, that's for 1D battery, Heiko.
Yeah.
That multiplier of 5.
Okay.
I believe.
But it says you can actually charge them. You can charge your stuff with regular generators, et cetera, and so on. You just cannot get that multiplier unless you use one of the sources for the multiplier, either solar or a wind-driven generator or hydroelectric or whatever.
That's a multiplier other than the alternate power bonus?
Right.
All right.
Okay. Mike, Eric, you lost me. Can we go back to where we were? Okay. Where?
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Remember.
Scoring
all-
power multiplier.
okay.
Okay.
If all contacts are made using a 5 watts or less, and if a power source other than commercial mains is used, solar blah blah, the power multiplier is 2. So you can multiply your QSOs by 2 if you're using 5 watts or less, and you're using something else than commercial. Okay. If all contacts are made using a power of 5 watts or less, but the power source is from commercial, the power multiplier is 2. If the batteries are charged during the field day period, the multiplier is 2. So you can get a 2 multiplier for that. If any or all contacts are made using an output power of up to 150 watts or less, the power multiplier is 2. So at 149 watts on my FT1000, I get as many multipliers as you guys get for 5, but that's okay.
Does the software calculating all this for you? You got to do that work.
You got to make sure that it's done. I don't know what the software is doing. Software is not my strength. Brian or Jimmy or Mike MSM would be your people to go to for that. Okay, if any or all contacts are made using an output power of greater than 150, the multiplier is 1. So anything that's QRO is 1. The power multiplier for an entry is determined by the maximum output power used by any transmitter. Output, not input. The old radios used to say how many watts input. The newer radios tell you how many watts output. There's a difference. Watch out for that. During the gun.
Most of us don't have radios that old, Heiko. Only you.
Actually, some have radios much older than I, but yeah.
I know.
Bonus points. All stations are eligible.
Your grid current and voltage.
Right, exactly.
All stations are eligible for certain bonus points depending on their entry class. The following bonus points will be added to the score after the multiplier is applied. So you can get bonus point, you hit the multiplier, then you add the bonus points to determine the field day score. 100% emergency power. Okay. Maximum 2,000 point using emergency source up to a total of 20 transmitters. Maximum 2,000. Go to station. So if you have a 1 echo station on emergency power, you get 100 points per transmitter, which is 100 points. All transmitting at the site must operate from a power source completely independent of the commercial power mains. Publicity, there are going to be some stuff there. If you're really good at it, you send in a letter to the register saying, hey, Heiko's going to do this big thing this weekend, and they either publish it. Actually, they don't even have to publish it. Just make it a press release and send it to them, and you get credit.
Heiko?
Yes.
I'm not clear on what he actually did. Canute is working on something for this.
Right. And
let me finish, please. Yeah. I sent him my particulars today, and he said, well, I can't make it too long, and I already have Lou LMR. I don't know if that means that Lou LMR is the only one that's going to get the credit, or...
No, that means that Lou LMR is the only one that his press release includes. Now,
I understand that. And from his press release...
Would you mind letting me finish?
All of us going to get the credit, or... No. That's right. So, again, it was... What
my answer is this.
Sent me was cryptic.
Okay. Well, no, it wasn't cryptic. He just didn't understand it.
Do it for all of us.
Because he didn't have the room to do that. My answer to this is for every one of us to write out a short press release, send it to the Los Angeles Times, the Orange County Register, and whoever else you may want to, and saying, this is 86OI. We are having field day this weekend. field day is such and such, and send it to them. They don't have to print it. You just have to
Oh,
send
I
it.
get it. No, all you have to do is give a copy of the press release, include it in your packet
That's
as
it.
proof.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, and my recommendation is the local puppies banker, the one they throw on your driveway once a week.
Not mine.
That counts.
We're in the high rent district. They don't throw them out here.
Give it to the patch.
We get the Dana Point Times and
Yeah, well, Lake Forest doesn't have their own version.
okay.
So what I'm saying is, if you want to get those points, just write a 1-paragraph press release, send it to the OC Register and the LA Times, print a copy of it for yourself, and there you go. That's all you need to do.
And you can also send it to your local if you have one. Sometimes that's easier.
You can send it to anyone you wish, as long as you send it.
Exactly.
Okay, media, public location. For those of you who want to go out somewhere into a park or something, you can do that. It available to classes A, B, and F only. So if you're not Ray, and if you're not an Alpha Station or an EOC, then you can't. Public information table. I'm not likely to put one out in my front yard. Message organization to section manager. You can do that. Please read that. I'm going to ignore it. I'm just going to send them an email.
There are specifics you have to include in that message.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, that for me, that's a lot more work than I need. Message handling. If you know K6HTN, send her a message. She will handle it for you. K6HTN is Kay Hutton, aka Caltech.
I know who Kate Hutton is, but
K6HTN. She does message handling. That's her. That's the thing she does.
All right. She's part of the NPS.
For those of you who don't know Kay Hutton was the lady on television every time there was an earthquake till she retired and Lucy Jones took over. And Lucy's now retiring.
Now, is Kate part of the NTS?
Yes.
Okay, because I think it's supposed to be NTS messages.
Yes, and she does that. That's one of the many things she does.
For those of you who may or may not know, National Traffic System of the ARRL. ATS.
There's alternate power. There's the bulletin. Everybody, no matter whether you lie, cheat, or steal, or just ask Brian for a copy, get a copy of it. There's points there to be had.
And in the info packet, there's a schedule.
Yep, there's a schedule. A matter of fact, I got it on via email today.
Yes, they also sent it out today. If you're an ARRL member.
Educational activity, unless you're going to grab one of the kids and teach them how to be an operator, I'm not sure that there's not a lot to be done there. Site visitation by an elected government official. Yeah, I can do that. I just had one come by to visit today. She wanted a picture of something. A site visitation by a representative of an agency. Somebody call 911 and we can take care of that. Hey, don't laugh.
Not recommended, Heiko.
I know.
Your neighbors calling to bitch about their TVs doesn't count.
Right.
Hey, there isn't anybody up here who doesn't have cell phone, who doesn't have cable, because you can't hit any transmitters other than a couple of the San Diego ones from here. That's it. Web submission by a group submitting field entry via the field entry log. I'm not familiar with that.
I think that's about a good portion
Safety
of it.
officer, I've got one. Her name is Patty.
That I think that applies to A stations, the large operations.
I know.
Yeah.
Ray, you got your hard hat, Ray? We can use it.
I've got my hard head. Does that count?
Almost as good. Okay.
So you said that schedule of the W1AW message came out today?
Yeah, do you want me? Do you belong to ARRL, Eric?
Well, somebody send it to him.
I know, but if he
Well,
does,
I get it. I probably just didn't look at it.
yeah, probably. If you need it, I can forward it to you. Just let me know.
It's in the information packet, isn't it?
It
I
is.
didn't get an email.
It is in the information packet.
Okay, can I send it just to Eric? Should I send it to the board, or should I send it to the whole world?
No, I think, well, I don't
Let's
know.
start with Eric.
The information packet's downloadable from the site, right?
Right,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, I'm not
It's in the
worried
big
about that.
packet,
Okay, I can
Big-
find it.
the big
Yeah.
download.
There you go. It starts at, for us, Friday, depending on what you want to do it on. Me will be phone at 6:45 p.m. It also has the frequencies, by the way. I'm not real. And Saturday, phone, they do a 6:45 p.m. again. And Sunday, they do a 8 a.m. phone
Yeah, we did
transmission.
it at Field Day with PSK 31 last year. It came out pretty good.
Oh, yeah. That should work.
Anyway, Eric, I just sent you.
Right. And it probably, I don't know if I didn't read the email close enough because I have this other copy, but there are CW, phone, and digital frequencies on that list as well to listen to, because they transmit it on specific frequencies.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
So does anyone have any questions further than this? Because I'm getting tired of talking. Yeah, I know, I'm a ham.
No, I'm good.
So no further questions?
If you
Eric-
keep, yeah,
We may as well close the meeting.
right? And for everybody else, folks, if you keep it simple, if you're at home, use the 1 Delta thing. If you're like Max and want to have fun and games and use batteries, 1 Echo. If you want to have your own setup like Ray, do 1 Bravo. But other than that, just go have fun. Record everybody you get. Even if you don't get it corrected, record them all. There will be mistakes made. We do every year.
Download the info packet, and if you don't want to, if you don't want to computer log, the advantage of computer log, it finds the duplicate contacts for you. They include paper log pages in the info packet, which you can copy in as many as you need.
Okay. Let me ask this. Is there anyone who does not want a computer log? If so, open up your mic now.
I'm planning to log on paper this time
Okay.
at least.
To log on paper, what you do is you go 1 through 0 across the top, and then in each section, you put down the stations in each section. So you get a call from N1NM. So you put him under 1, you put the frequency and his 1 Delta or whatever, and his section. And as you do this, if you leave them separate by number, it's much easier to catch duplicates. If you try to do them all in a vertical scheme, A through Z, you don't know where your duplicates are. If you leave them separated by number, then it's much easier to...
By number, you mean call area, right?
By call area number, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Does that make any sense? If it does, then if you want to do it by hand, you can do that.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
That's how we used to do it. Trust me.
Before we had computer logging, yeah. Yep. Well, we used to do yellow pad, and then transfer it to a logging form, and then. Well,
What's
go
your
ahead,
question, Max?
Yeah, go ahead, Max.
Yeah, I'm just wondering any hints about how to try to get the that message, or do they stop? Do they repeat themselves, or are they fast? You know, you can't record it, I assume, so you have to copy it.
Why not?
Wait. My radio records everything if I turn it on.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to rely. You're not supposed to rely on a recording. Last year nobody had been doing it, so I listened. I think on 2 or 3 of them on PSK 31, and then I just copied and pasted them all, and filled in the glitches and typos and made sure all the words looked right. That was the easiest way for me. But for some people, listening to the voice and transcribing it really quickly by typing 1 million words a minute is also fine. They don't speak terribly quickly, and it is quite distinct vocabulary they use, so it's not too tough to hear.
So Max, I just sent you a copy of where and how they're transmitting. Okay.
Okay, so I typically type when I'm listening to meetings. Is that so? I would just listen and type as I'm going?
Yeah.
Max, the name of the game is you hear the message, you record the message, you tell them the message you heard, and that's the end of it.
Okay.
It has to be completely accurate, though.
Yeah, but Max can speak English. I have faith.
Well, no, I know. I'm not concerned about. Max isn't the only one on here, and other people probably are wondering the same thing. Max was just brave enough to ask.
Anyway, so anybody have any other questions? Anything we need? Anything we missed? And don't forget, we've got a net tomorrow night.
Not another net.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Ray, you may have more nets than I do, but I do more nets than you do.
I'm sure you do.
I'm trying to find where the packet download is. Not seeing it.
What packet?
www.ARRL.
Field day, pull down.
Yeah, I'm at the field day.
Information packet.
Yeah.
Go to field day home.
On the air.
Yep.
Contests. Contest calendar. Go down to June and hit field day.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you include the May 28th variation on the theme.
Yeah, I'm still not. I'll find it.
Or you could go to www.arrl.org/field-day. Just type in that address.
Okay. Well, I'm on that page. I'm just trying to find where the link is.
Oh, scroll down, rules, resources and rules. And then there's a whole bunch of sections that you can open up.
He's looking for the packet download link.
Oh.
Yeah, about halfway down the list, rules, entry forms, and information packets.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Got it. Okay.
Hey, guys, I think I'm out of here. Thank you much.
All right.
All
I'm
right.
out of here too.
Thanks, Heiko. Thanks for all the information.
Good night, everybody. 73.
Good night.
Yep. Live stream is terminating.
And we're out.
Take care, everybody, and stay safe.